Hi there, my name is Beck and the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And Screenrant are awful. Screenrant are awful. I think we can all, I think we all as a species, we can join hands and we can agree on the simple truth that Screenrant is awful. They keep writing articles about Doctor Who which belie a complete lack of understanding or knowledge of the show whatsoever, and just we're gonna use it as a platform to put forth their frankly bonkers worldview. They're come out of a completely insane worldview. So part of their completely insane worldview is there are people of protected classes that you can't criticize, that you cannot criticize. Trans people, they're really in a protected class. Black women, very, very protected class. But interestingly, if you are in a protected class and you do not act like you're in a protected class, you act like a human being, they get really mad at you and they don't like you at all. So I think that's probably where this article came from. Also, they put out another similar article last week. They put out a few. They keep putting out stupid things. They're putting out too quick for me to make videos about and take the piss out of them. That's the level of crap that's coming out of Screenrant right now. I can't keep up with their nonsense. So fine, so we're going to read this article together. So they did this. I guess it did well for them because people just looked at them and went, oh, that's the most stupid thing ever. So we're going to be talking about that article in a minute. Before we get there, can I ask you guys, can you hit the subscribe button? Thank you very much. I'm not going to promise you wealth and wealth, fame, and fortune. I don't know what this should mean, wealth and fortune, good fortune. Wealth, fame, and good fortune if you subscribe. I'm not going to promise you that. But you might get it. You might get it. Who knows? Listen, they said of Abraham. I think Abraham probably, no matter, regardless what your religious outlook is, I think Abraham is probably, if he existed, the most influential human being of all time. Abraham essentially created Judaism, Christianity, Islam, and I think Hinduism. Also is said to come to him. So that's a lot of people in the world. That's a lot of people dedicating their entire life for a lot of human history. So Abraham is a pretty important guy. They said of Abraham that whoever blessed him, he himself was blessed. Now I'm not going to put myself in the same category of Abraham, but I'm an okay dude. Maybe you bless me. You too shall be blessed. So hit that subscribe button and let me know if riches fall upon you in unexpected volume. And of course, I am going to publicize that. Fine. So thank you for. Oh, by the way, if you do subscribe, you can also enter my weekly competition. Surprise giveaway tonight. You gotta get in quick. Is this one? I think I didn't tell anybody how to win the prize in my last video. You know what? I'll put it in as a little note somewhere on the screen. The prize is this: Judge Dredd: The Pit, a fun little book. It's a Judge Dredd book, so you got all the Judge Dreddy stuff. Lots of bikes, guns, violence, sci-fi, all the stuff you like. But it also gets a lot into the life of what it is to be a judge. All you need to do to win it is, I didn't give this instruction in my last video. I remember, I'm going to have to do it as an on-screen capture. All you need to do to win it is subscribe to the channel, that's the reason I'm doing it, and leave the hashtag Judge DeMarco in the comments, and you will be entered into the prize round, which is tonight when I'm on the TARDIS, so 7 p.m. UK time. We're doing a rewatch of the 2006 David Tennant episode, Fear Her. Not an overly popular episode, but, it'll give us a chance to talk. And then we're going to pick a news prize. I already picked the prize. It's a good one. You're going to want to come in for this one. I think it's going to be quite a popular one. Fine. So let's have a look at this article. Doink. Here we go. Doctor Who, 10 things about Martha that would never fly today. Really? Firstly, it's been a while since I've seen Freema Agyeman. Is she not one of the most beautiful women that you've ever seen? I come from a classical art background. She is just perfect. I mean, my God, that's bone structure. She's, again, one of the most stunningly beautiful women I've ever seen. Maybe don't put too many pictures of her up. It does distract me. Martha wasn't one of the best love companions. I love Martha. Screw you. Martha's awesome. Maybe if the Doctor had done these things differently, she would have been. No, Martha was pretty darn well loved. Martha was awesome. In the renewed Doctor Who series, the titular time traveling hero, the Doctor had. Oh, he didn't say Doctor Who. The Doctor had, although You know, I always like that in the Cushing movies. He actually was called Doctor Who. Had a lot of companions who joined him on his venture. His second companion was none other than Martha Jones, who came to join the Doctor in the TARDIS in his third season. Martha left at the end of the season, but popped up several times in the fourth, and also appeared in the related TV show Torchwood. Okay. In so many ways, Martha didn't have it easy since she travelled with the Doctor during a difficult period in his life. That was the point of her story, morons. Looking back at Adventure, there are some things that might have been done differently today, because today we are under the stranglehold of insane morons. 10, she loved the Doctor. So yeah, I thought this was an interesting choice. You know, the Doctor in the first and second series, he was with Rose, and he loved Rose. You know, I believe he loved Rose. I think it's the first time that the Doctor actually felt like this real deep emotion for a long time. He felt like a real genuine love for a person. I think he met Martha. I'm talking about the character. Yeah, I think he met Martha. And when I say I'm talking about the character, I'm talking like what Russell T Davies wrote for the character, which I think was a very clever thing that he did. That, you know, he met Rose right after the Time War, when he was very vulnerable, and she basically brought him back to life again, brought him back to being the Doctor. So when he regenerated, I think he just had all this like joy and love for Rose. Yeah, and I think the reason he regenerated into, you know, a Londoner, like a Mel, somebody in the Mel version of Rose-ish for a Time Lord, is an expression of how he genuinely felt. I think by the end of the second season, he genuinely loved Rose, which I think made their separation just so painful, right? And also, it just does this incredible dynamic that had never been done in Doctor Who before. And I don't want to say it done so quickly again either, because it just really, really worked. So the first companion after her was Martha, and yeah, so part of the story was this unrequited love for the Doctor, who just wasn't interested at all in having romance anymore. He wanted to get, you know, he remembered why, right? He remembered why that he couldn't do that, because, you know, it's like falling in love with a mayfly. You know, they're gonna die pretty darn soon. Compared to a Time Lord. So let's start. She loved the Lord. Let's start with the most obvious thing. About Martha that drove many members of the audience crazy. She was clearly in love with the Doctor. I think infatuated, or at least strongly liked him. But he treated her quite horribly. Strung her along. I don't think he strung her along. I don't think he realized that she felt this way about him. Right? He enjoyed showing off to her. Right? I mean. Yeah, I think the whole vibe of that whole year was the Doctor on a rebound. This was the Doctor's rebound companion. And again, fascinating idea. Absolutely fascinating idea. And you saw how the Doctor really enjoyed taking her to New Earth and showing off and, you know, being the Doctor again. But yeah, so he was using her slightly, but I don't think any more than people use each other. You know, I think it was... I don't think he strung along. Listen, I'm glad to start rewatching it in a couple of weeks. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. The Doctor was still mourning Rose's loss at the moment, at the moment, and many times. Yeah, he felt. Listen, a lot of people have been there. A lot of people have been somebody's rebound girlfriend, and I think that's what Russell Davies was tapping into. Because Russell Davies, you know, one of his great things he was able to do is tap into the reality of relationships, right? That's why his family stuff is so great. It's so real, because all those family members are just so well drawn and so well, you know, so believable. He felt like he felt Martha felt like she was a replacement lacking. He felt Martha feel like she was a replacement, lacking in many areas. Yet she stayed. Yeah, it was a story of it was a painful story. It was a painful story, you know. And I think that's why when he met with Donna, right? He was very clear. Listen, I just want a mate, which was the greatest line. You want a mate? Oh God, I love Donna. Number 9. She rushed her relationship with Mickey. No, there was a grace note at the end of Russell T Davies' era where he touched on everybody who had seen before and saw how they were in life and saw them happy, which is what the Doctor was doing. And having Martha and Mickey join up together was brilliant. I loved it. I absolutely loved it. When it came, obviously, that her family needed her, the Doctor would never feel the same way about her. She left the TARDIS and went home. Yeah, it was a great story. I mean, that's after saving the freaking planet. Martha later returned in the episode The End of Time Part 2. Yes, for 30 seconds, where the Doctor saved her and Mickey's life while he was saying goodbye to his friends and former companions. By this time, Martha was already married. I forgot they got married. Married to Mickey. I'm fine with it. Even though not that much time could have passed. Well, you're a moron. The Doctor's in a time machine. And listen, look, maybe a couple of years have passed. I don't know. It doesn't take that long. They look pretty much the same as they did before. Not really. So Martha must have rushed the relationship a bit. Okay, this is all you reading into something because you're a moron. Must relationship a bit, and he didn't, and it doesn't make sense, especially since she was previously more careful about starting a relationship with someone. Maybe she met Mickey and fell in love, idiot. Basically that's what happened to the Doctor with Rose. She kisses Captain Jack Harkness. What's wrong with that? Listen, Captain Jack kisses anything. Captain Jack is omnisexual. During her travels with the Doctor, she met Captain Jack Harkness, and the two immediately hit it off, much to the Doctor's chagrin. I don't remember that. Okay, listen, I'm taking it on face value. I don't remember that. Martha and Jack are both intelligent and brave, and they are bonded thanks to the torment that they suffered at the hands of the Master. Right? But, fine. I don't remember that pissing off the Doctor. Later, when Martha came to temporarily work with Torchwood, no, she was working with UNIT, and she came to oversee, and she was essentially in command of Torchwood at the time. It was clear she still liked Jack. She even kissed him on the lips when saying goodbye, which is a bit of a bad move on her side, because then Jack was already into Anto. Jack was into freaking everything, okay? Jack was into, the Torchwood hamster, okay? Jack didn't discriminate. She was angry about Rose. Again, I think this was her character. This was her arc. I think this was the story. You don't like the story that life wasn't perfect for a woman of color. Is that what's upsetting you, weirdo? She was to be fair to Martha, it wasn't entirely her fault that she reacted angrily and snappily a few times when Rose was mentioned. Yes, he was bringing up his ex-wife. That was the brilliant bit of it. Oh, my God. After all, the Doctor kept mentioning Rose over and over again, reminding Martha very painfully that Rose was still number one girl for him, and it didn't matter what Martha did. Well, kind of. Again, the Doctor's an aloof alien. Okay, whatever. How brave she was, she'd still be, no matter good how brave she would still be just a replacement. Then again, well, that was what she was. Then again, Martha was older than Rose and could have put the comments aside. I think basically, mostly she did. I can't remember. Now I'm really into watching the season again. I'm looking forward to it. When the Doctor and Martha first meet, she works in a hospital where the Doctor is currently looking for the latest culprit he's facing. Yeah, that was not the Jadoon. The Jadoon show up looking for them as well. They start working together, and the Doctor draws the attention of the Sontarans. Sontarans? No, there wasn't Sontarans. It was there wasn't even Sontarans. No, it wasn't Sontarans. It was Jadoon. Really? Do you have no fact checkers there? Oh, what the hell's wrong with you? Away by kissing Martha. Yeah, it was definitely the June in a big way. The kiss must have been impressive enough to Martha to assume the Doctor liked her. Well, I think it's a reasonable assumption, don't you think? But should have paid more attention to the words he said. He explicitly told her that it wouldn't mean anything right before he kissed her. Okay. Had she paid more attention, What wouldn't fly today? I'm at numbers 5 right now. All of this would fly today, except for you weirdo morons who live on Twitter who can't bear to see anybody whose skin color is black and their gender is female experiencing adversity, including themselves. Experiencing adversity, I think, is probably the number one thing these blue checkmark Twitterati are terrified of. They think it's the worst thing ever. Should have paid more attention. She could have saved herself a lot of heartache. Okay, but she didn't. That's called life. What life is like, And this, I think, this is why drama made for the Twitterati is so boring. It's so incredibly boring because nothing bad can ever happen, and everyone's got to be amazeballs. Like nobody can experience any adversity because adversity is the worst thing anybody can experience in their diseased minds. Martha could have been number 5. She wasn't given much material to work with. Nonsense. She was given She was given a script written by one of the greatest TV writers at the time or today. She was given plenty to work with. You've never even seen this, have you, moron? Martha could have been a much more popular character when she first appeared in the 3rd season of Doctor. She was bloody popular. What are you talking about? And she, really, can you demonstrate she was less popular than anybody else? 3rd season, and she might have lasted longer in the show as the Doctor companion. Listen, no, I think it was always designed to be 1 year. I can't remember. I read this in the writer's tale. But honestly, talk about a character not having much to work with. Look at Yaz. Yaz is the most cardboard, 2-dimensional character ever, and starts off she's a police trainee, something or other, and then she abandons that for the they forget that, just like they forget Ryan's dyspraxia. Then we had that for 10 minutes. Let's go, and then it moves on, and nothing happens. And then we see in the beginning of the 2nd series, series 12, that she's the bestest ever. Everybody loves her. You're my best policeman ever, apparently. And then we find out a little bit later in the series that she was bullied because she was Muslim or something. And she lives in Yorkshire. Have you ever been to frickin' Yorkshire? Really? If you throw a stick, and I don't recommend you doing it, it's more likely than not you're going to hit a Muslim. Okay? I don't think it's really, what's the word? Credible. I don't think it's really credible that somebody would receive bigotry. If somebody would be bullied for their ethnicity if they were a major ethnicity of the area. Again, I'm Jewish. It's like being picked on for being a Jew when I'm walking in Tel Aviv, Don't happen so much, mate. Don't happen so much. Wasn't given much material to work with. Martha could have been much more popular when she first appeared in the 3rd season. She might have stayed longer as the show's Doctor Companion, but she wasn't given much material to work with. Yes, she was. It's difficult to overlook the screenwriters put Martha in a less enviable position. She spent a lot of time pining after the Doctor. Again, they wanted to do something different and original. Even though she was intelligent, brave, but wasn't quite good enough because she liked a man. She liked one of the patriarchy. I think this is what's going on there. And had much more to offer to the story. If only she was given a chance to do so. Okay. She saved the world. She had one of the greatest arcs ever, that she walked the earth for a full year, connecting with disparate people around the world to enact this incredible plan. Which, okay, I understand. A lot of people didn't like it. I like the end of season 3. I thought it was cool. I think she was given an incredible story. What the hell are you talking about, you crazy person? If only she was given a chance to do so. Yeah, well, she given again. Saved the freaking world. Essentially single-handedly. Essentially single-handedly. She took Rose's spare. Spare what? Okay. When somebody puts it like this, it sounds quite ugly. But the truth is, Master was doomed to take Rose's spare, what she left behind, and try and patch the wounds Rose had caused by leaving. Yeah. Well, again, it wasn't intentional. Rose didn't want to leave. She was trapped in a bloody another universe. First, Martha had to deal with the Doctor pining away after Rose and overlook Martha's feelings. Oh no. Again, why would that not happen today? Other than if it's written by morons who can't do anything bad to a woman. By the way, the other thing that happened in season 12 with the Az was then at the end of the season, and we had Graham, the only character who was vaguely okay in the first year, telling her how wonderful, how amazing she is. For no reason. Like, she's done nothing more than any other character, but no, she's just an amazing woman. First Martha had to deal with the doctor was pointing away off the rose and overlooked Martha's feelings. Then Martha went and married Mickey. Oh no, she's straight. Is that the problem? Yeah, there is this thing in media and culture that if you have a black woman, she's got to be gay. I mean, I think 75% of something crazy that black women have to be gay. I understand it angers you that she's heterosexual. Oh no, isn't that terrible? Who was once Rose's loyal boyfriend. Yeah, but he's a totally different person now. But Rose pushed him aside to be with the doctor. There's definitely a pattern here. Again, Martha deserved better. Okay, what wouldn't fly today? If none of this flies today, you're a cray-cray person. You're a nutball. Number 3. She trusted a complete stranger. Well, it didn't take long for Martha to decide that she liked to trust in the doctor. Well, he did save her life and get the hospital back on Earth and defeat the Jadoon and everything. Yeah, after and then he saw a time travel like right after. I think that would be quite impressive. That whole thing with the tie, remember? That worked pretty well. Yes, he saved the hospital. Okay, at least you know that, and everybody in it. But even before that, Martha had simply decided she was going to take the doctor's word and go along with him. Again, there were giant rhino men walking around the hospital when they were on the moon. I think that's the time when you can trust somebody when he says he knows what's going on. She did make the right call since the doctor was a good guy. But never trust a man. Never trust a man. Who wrote this again? Let's have a look at the top. Never trust a man. Oh, by Kath Leroy. Okay, never trust a white man. God, insane racist. Have come out the woodwork and taken over the world. Was a good guy, but still, she could have. He still could have been more towards what? But she still could have been more way towards him at first. I think you're missing a word. I don't know. Just like some of the other companions were. After all, not every alien and person in general has to be kind as the Doctor. His darker moments. Like, okay, you get an F for that one. Go back and rewrite that. Makes no bloody sense, idiot. And the editor as well, if there is an editor, this crap show. She was equal to the Doctor, but didn't see it. I think she saw it. She wasn't equal to the Doctor, she was a valid person, but she was as equal as anybody could be to the Doctor. She basically saved her life. He put his life in her hands in Family of Blood and Human Nature, right? Okay, let's just read. Maybe I'm misunderstanding. Let's just read this. Again, this one's more on the Doctor than on Martha, but it didn't. Nothing's been on the Doctor or Martha so far, but other than they acted like people. Oh no, they were like normal people. Which again, Twitterati don't understand. But it doesn't make much sense in regards to the character, and it was the one. What? Okay, and it was also one aspect of the show that many fans know would have changed. We were all fine with it. You're a crazy woman. Would have changed if they were given the opportunity to do so. In many ways, listen. If any fans are given the opportunity to change Doctor Who, can it be me? And can I just erase the last 2 seasons, last 3 years, I should say? She were in many ways Martha was more unequal to Doctor than Rose. Yes, absolutely she was. She was far more educated. She actualized. She was smarter. She didn't have a tendency to panic. Didn't doubt herself. Wasn't essentially a refugee from Shameless, which the entire Tyler family was, which I kind of liked. Again, I didn't really see that before in Doctor Who. Didn't doubt herself, was clearly heading somewhere with her life, and she didn't need the Doctor to feel fulfilled. Okay. So again, and this is bad Because of what? Yet the doctor failed to recognize the amazing support she had in Martha. Excuse me, he trusted his entire essence to her. And then he trusted the entire world to her and his life to her. How much more? How much more? Like, you're crazy. You're absolutely crazy. You've never seen this, have you? You've never seen this. You don't know this show at all. Yet the doctor failed to recognise what amazing support he had in Martha. Yes, at least at first. He only realised that when time went along. When he got to know her, and she helped him fight the master again. Idiots. There's plenty of other opportunities. Okay, this is number one reason. Is the number one reason that Doctor Who today sucks, is awful, and TV in general sucks and is awful. We're going to read this. I'm going to give you my little commentary, which I guess is why you came here. Finally, there's a question on Martha's family issue. She came from a dysfunctional family that didn't always get along. Oh no. Her parents were divorced and they couldn't stand one another, like most divorced people. Yet again, despite the way Martha saw their marriage turn out, she was quick to falling for the doctor. Maybe because of that, you could say. Also, her family background wasn't explored, as well as one season as opposed to two. Moron! And actually, I have to tell you, it was incredibly well fleshed out. I think in that first episode. They really did a good job. If that's the one I'm thinking of, yeah, I'm pretty sure it was. As well as Rose, which could have made Martha more relatable character. She had plenty of relatable character for the audience. Okay, so this is your problem. And I've said this several times in this video. You idiots that live on Twitter, you see adversity, any form of adversity, anything that's not perfect, anything that's not wonderful, as being an intolerable attack upon them. And that's why all your drama, all your entertainment sucks. That's why, like Marvel Comics is going down the plug hole. That's why DC Comics has gone down the plug hole. That's why BBC's about to lose their license fee. That's why Doctor Who has lost its rating. That's why nobody watches Star Trek. It's because you can't have any adversity against people that you have to fill it with representation, with people of colour, and then you can't have anything bad happen to them. This number one reason is the number one reason why everything these idiots do is awful. So there you go. Thank you, Screenrant. Apparently they put up 10 things that wouldn't fly a day with Rose, but then they took it down again, so God only knows what happened there. Listen, if anybody saw that and managed to get screen grabs, if you could send me it, that'd be fantastic. Thank you very much for listening. My name is Sheila Betkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe. What are they? Like, share, and subscribe. No, like, share, and subscribe. And what do I do when I say this? Hit that little bell. Ring the little bell. That's it. Listen, when something gets ingrained in you, if you do it differently, you forget. And ring that little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. Have yourself a fantastic day.